Now, our guest today is one of my favorite personalities in Philippine basketball in general. She is on a mission to pay it forward. Basketball star and women's national team mainstay Jack Animam is ready to share the lessons she's learned throughout her storied career. Storied, and she is holding her first ever skills clinic this weekend in Malolos, Bulacan. Now, joining us live in the studio is Gilas Pilipinas Women star Jack Danielle Animam. It's a beautiful day, Jack. Welcome to the show.
It's indeed a beautiful day. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, hi Jack. I love her energy.
I'm not joking. It's the most infectious energy in Philippine basketball.
I love it.
It's insane. And for those who are wondering, is that really Jack? Yes, nakatali lang po yung buhok niya.
Opo.
Normally, she has the biggest hair to match her personality. But let's focus first on what's happening because we're having you here because you're holding a basketball camp, your first ever, for open to boys and girls in your hometown. And I remember talking about yung youth mo yung simula mo with basketball in the sense that this type of opportunity was not available to you nung simula. So how important is it to actually do it right now for your hometown?
Siyempre, sobrang importante nito, especially growing up. Wala akong nakitang gantong oportunidad para sa katulad ko when I was starting. And yung basketball, hindi ko alam na meron palang women's basketball. Kasi there's not enough exposure or knowledge that going around, there's basketball for girls. But now, with my experience playing abroad and with Gilas since I was 13 years old, and I think now is my time to pay it forward. That's why I'm holding my very first ever, free basketball camp for boys and girls.
And how important is it na sa hometown mo siya gagawin?
Siyempre,
With the kids in your hometown.
Parang it's something meaningful and sentimental to me kasi that's the place where I started to dream of, and now that I'm in a position where I'm able, with the platform that I have, now I can, starting to give back and to have it in my hometown. It's a different feeling. And syempre, that's the place where, Jack blossomed and everything started. I think it's very fitting for me to have it in Malolos, Bulacan.
Of course, syempre, going back to Malolos, Bulacan, having it for girls in particular, we always talk about how the women's game has been growing. Shout out to ED Erica D and the rest of the women in the SBP. Talagang sinusulong yung women's basketball. But when you look at the fact that at least sa grassroots level, medyo may pagkakulang pa rin in terms of development for the girls. I want to focus on the girls here. How important is it for you to instill early on na there is a path to, one, better education, two, better opportunities through basketball, especially if you put the work in?
Yeah, sobrang laking bagay nito, going around different countries. That's something that I really saw na grassroots talaga nila sobrang laki. So why not have it in the Philippines? And this type of events, and especially encouraging young little girls to start picking up basketball because hindi lang siya sports. Basketball is more than just a sport. Like what you said, better education, opportunity. And there's so much more that just goes playing basketball, and it will open up so many doors that you could never imagine that one day you will be able to open and experience things.
Gano'n ka bata yung mga age na pwedeng pumasok sa camp?
So we started with 13 years old to 17 years old for girls and 13 and to 15 for the boys.
How do you feel, gano'n ka-importante yung introducing basketball or any kind of sport to young people, especially yung they start very young, they start at a young age?
I think, exposing young kids to sports early on is a really good thing kasi sports can teach you so many things that you cannot learn in the four walls of your classroom. Especially building your character, confidence. Maraming bata dyan na mababa yung self-esteem nila. So this is one very good way to build that character and, let them, make mistakes, and also at the same time, making them feel that it's okay to make mistakes. And with that, slowly building their confidence and their character and playing through sports, you will learn more about yourself, and you can build different values, learn different values, and especially socializing with other kids. So that, I think, introducing sports to young kids is really important at a very young age.
Before basketball, shy ka ba?
Actually, yes.
Hindi ako naniniwala.
Yes, totoo. Shy time po ako nung bata ako. Totoo po yan.
So sports helped you
Yes,
bring
sports-
out that confidence in
Yes,
you.
totoo.
Oh.
Basketball, it sobrang laking tulong niya sa akin. And
Okay.
once I pick up basketball, I don't care. Kasi nung una, hindi talaga ako marunong mag-basketball, but what helped me is the people that surrounds me. Yung mga naging friends ko, yung mga teammates ko, they guided me, and yeah, that's where I felt na it's okay. It's okay even if I don't know how to play basketball, but showing up every day, just being with them, talking to them, socializing with them, it helps a lot.
Yeah, I want to talk about the fact that kasi minsan may mga nagsasabi na okay, mag-invest talaga ako sa sports, and then you're gonna send my kid to all of these camps, like multiple camps, trying to get them the best opportunity para maging pro or makapasok sa isang college na mga scholarship. But that's not always the case. Pero for those parents siguro or even students who are saying that, okay, most likely I won't be able to get a scholarship or become a pro. Ano yung value na makukuha nila from camps like this? Because at the end of the day, majority of the people who do sports don't end up playing at a certain level. Pero the growth that they have is beyond just that, yung mga technical abilities of how to dribble the ball.
Yeah, like you said, also this sports camp is not also for the kids, but also for the parents to kind of educate them and open their eyes. Like what sports, I mean, not just basketball, but sports in general. Like you said, hindi naman lahat nag-end up to be a star player in a school or wherever. But like I said, the things that you can learn from playing sports is more than just a sports. The values that you can learn, the things that you can learn is not only for the sport, but in life in general. And like you said, the growth, the confidence, you can bring that in where you go, or kung anumang choice or profession that you choose to do at some point. But I think with sports, it can help you learn more about yourself, and then that's where you can, okay, this is what I really want through sports. It helped me to lead up to this decision that, okay, this is what I really want. So it's something that sports can bring to you.
You know, and the reason why I bring that up, kasi ang dami kong camp ng bata ko, hindi naman ako naging pro basketball. Wala namang scholarship or
The
sports.
question is why?
Ha? Kasi ang daldal ko eh. Let me talk about sports instead, kaya ito yung
Sabi mo,
naging trabaho ko.
commentator ka lang alam.
Commentator na. Walang camp para sa commentator, ha? So, ganun talaga.
Wala ba?
Wala.
Oh my God, you should come up with that.
Through
You
camps,
learn
you
about
learn.
sport.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then in sports, there's so many opportunities.
Yes.
Like I said, so you found out like you're madaldal, so now you're a commentator, you're an analyst.
Sabi ko,
Diba?
the only way I can stay near the game is to talk about it eh. But I think,
Habang naglalaro, salita ka ng salita.
salita lang ako. Maingay lang ako sa court. No, but the interesting part of it is that you also learn how to deal with rejection in a way and criticism in a way that doesn't come constant. Kasi ilang beses ka na sinigawan ni Coach Patakino?
Madami, buong college po. One time Moa Arena, wala pang fans yung women's basketball. Nag-time out lang siya para talaga sigawan ako. Ponga-langala yung buong Moa Arena sa laki nung dumadagundong. Nang sigaw niya lang po. Yes.
Dumadagdong-gong-dong. Ang hirap ng Tagalog mo, girl! Okay, anyway, so aside from, sharing your skills with the kids in your camp, is there like a particular experience or story or moment in your basketball journey that you would like to share with them as well?
I think I have so many experience throughout my career, my playing career, and that's really what I wanted to share with them more than the basketball skills, the dribbling, the passing, the shooting. It's really the experience. I wouldn't be, the Jack I am today if it weren't for the sports. And I want them to experience how sports can change your life in a 360 just like that. Whether you continue to play basketball or something different. Because what you learn playing sports, it's gonna be forever. It's a lifetime. And the connection that you will build through sports can help you for the rest of your life. And for me, as someone na hindi ko gusto yung basketball, but just by learning na pwede ako makapag-aral ng libre nang dahil lang sa paglalaro ng basketball, that's where I said, okay, maglalaro ako ng basketball kasi gusto ko makapagtapos ng pag-aaral. And that dream that I had, that one dream, it blossomed to so many things. And that's what I want them to understand and to see that maybe it can be like that for them.
Yeah. I want to bring up the fact that you brought up yung connections and that normally kasi may bonds sa sports, especially kapag people don't realize that when what we see on game day is just 2 hours of literally siguro in a week, for 14 hours, 15, maybe even more a week in terms of working on your game, yung craft at yung katawan mo. And I remember looking back at the time yung na-injure ka over in Europe and the support that came around you during that time. You talk about building yung connections and especially at a young age, you can do that sa mga camp na ganito and of course getting to know people. When you look at how the basketball world has become your world in the sense that the support system has always been there through the good times and especially the bad. Just how important is to emphasize that na it's a team game for a reason and there's always that community around it, especially when you're deep in it.
I mean, basketball world is just so small. So wherever you go, there's gonna be a people because of basketball. And the community itself, it's really important to have that good support system with you. Either here in the Philippines or outside the Philippines, when you're down, they're gonna be there. Especially I felt that through when I was going through a tough time in my career when I had my ACL and I've seen a lot of people who was there for me. They were, constantly messaging me, calling me, asking how I am or if I have everything I needed. It just, makes my heart warm. And imagine I'm just only playing basketball, but unconsciously I'm building this relationship.
Right.
I'm building this connection and I'm building this community. So that's something basketball, can bring to you.
We were talking about kids handling rejection and sports can actually help in that. Were there moments in your basketball career, basketball journey na parang you felt na, is this for me? I feel like I'm so down. I'm getting all these negative energy around me. And then how do you rise up from that?
Yeah, since nag-start ako nung wala, malaki lang talaga ako kung alam niyo yung term na bamban.
Yeah.
Yun ako, but...
What's bamban?
Pa-explain.
Ano yung bamban?
So, sa sports, may tinatawag silang banban.
Okay.
So, ako, basketball player, di ba? But, hindi ako marunong mag-basketball. Wala akong alam gawin sa basketball.
Okay.
So, malaki lang ako. Malaking tumatakbo lang, rebound, pass. Di makashoot, takbo lang, pang-takot lang sa pang-depensa.
So, yun yung banban.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Nandun ka lang kasi matangkad ka.
Yes. You're just there.
Okay.
Pero wala kang ambag. Yes.
Alam ko yun kasi growing up malaki rin ako eh. So, gets ko yun. Dati.
So, speaking of rejection and if I'm doubting myself, yes. Even up to these days, I'm still doubting myself, but I always go back to my reason. Like, okay, they say I'm this, they say I'm that. Like, I don't know if I can do it, but first of all, why did I do it in the first place? Like, what is my why? Because if you have your why, kahit anumang doubt meron ka, kahit anumang negative sabihin ng ibang tao, it won't bother you because they don't know the work that you put in. They don't know what's happening inside your head. They don't know what you have to go through to be where you are. As long as you have that why, you will keep yourself grounded. And this is why I'm doing this. That's why I'm here. I'm not doing this just because what other people say.
Yeah.
So I won't budge for that. I will still continue what I'm doing. And, you know, people will always has something to say, whether you do good, you do bad.
It's
They will
true.
always say
Yeah.
something. So just, you know, just do you, just do it. So that's how I handle it for me. Yeah.
So inspiring.
Yeah, you know what I love about si Jack is that because I've watched her grow.
Yes.
I've watched her grow throughout her career back when she was in college, nalalo ko pa. And then through her injury in Romania ba yun? Romania ata?
Serbia first.
Serbia, yeah. Her injury in Serbia, nalala ko just watching her lie down on the bench
Yes.
during the game. Hindi ka nga pinasok eh. So nakita ko yung live stream, nasa bench lang siya nakahiga. Ang laking tao nakahiga doon.
Yeah.
But what's nice is that you have grown into a role model, or at least people always looked at you as a role model, pero the way that you have accepted it eventually, parang na-embrace mo na eh. And you're bringing it back to your hometown, bringing it back to your camp, and marami nang sasabi na, uy, I grew up in the same environment she did. Sana maybe there's a path because she was able to get out of Malolos, Bulacan and end up touring Europe. Diba? Grabe, naging touring artist ka. But how confident are you na yung mga kababayan mo in Malolos, Bulacan can find ways to discover basketball the way you did, discover promising talent, and perhaps even become a hotbed for basketball in general, particularly para sa mga babae?
You know what? I'm lucky to be from Malolos, Bulacan kasi yung LGU namin, especially our mayor, grabe yung support niya. And grabe, talagang into sports siya. And every time that I go there, talagang grabe yung pag-welcome niya sa akin. So, you know, I've been wanting to do this, you know, sports clinic, especially, you know, encouraging all the young girls out from Malolos or even Bulacan. And now that I have the time to do that, I'm like, it's now or never. And you know what? Nung pag-open namin ng registration, grabe yung dagsa ng mga bata, especially girls. So we have to close it kasi syempre, first ever, we wanted to be quality, diba? To see like, okay, for the next one. But I think especially in Malolos, there's so many young kids na talagang they really wanna play basketball. And nakikita ko yung ibang bata sumasali pa sa boys league para lang makapaglaro sila. So this is really something na they can benefit them. And to also, you know, me and my Vernon talks about it na maybe we can discover talent here. Maybe we can discover someone like you. And yeah, through this sports camp, we will find kids, we will find talent, and we will help kids to develop and to bring them, you know, especially get them scholarship. And after that, it's up to them what they want to do.
How many kids have already registered?
So right now, we closed our registration to 70, but there's a lot of emails and messages still coming and asking if they can still join.
So do you plan to make it like a series na?
Yes, actually, we're making it like a plan like that. So this is the first ever. So there's gonna be more to come. Like
grabing
this
demand
summer.
eh.
Oh, yeah.
Grabing demand. And of course, you mentioned Vernon. Shout out to Vernon out there who will give us exclusive updates on her career in the future. Kasi at the moment, medyo under wraps
gusto
pa
ko yung
yun.
my Vernon.
Yeah, my Vernon. The wind beneath her wings. Pero we have the photos there. Look at that. We're not letting him go without a shout out. But of course, while he has all of the hidden updates that he cannot share
That's so sweet.
as of
Look at the
yet,
photos. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. It's a
But that's
it's a
our first
world.
time meeting ever. He went to China to see me.
Wow!
Yes.
Nag-Great Wall
O,
pa kayo.
teka lang, dahil showbiz questions always come from me.
Okay, go.
So, how do you balance, time with your special someone and, all these the activities that you do
Sorry,
sa
Jack, ha?
basketball?
Okay lang.
O, kasi since clueless ako sa basketball, showbiz na lang ako,
Oh, okay,
di ba?
go.
But yeah.
Actually, he's very supportive of everything that I do. I mean, he understands because he once a college player, once a professional player. He was a coach. Now he's an agent, and he's my agent too. So everything that we do, especially sports, we have the same mind.
Okay.
Like, he's the boy version of me. So we connect. Like, I think our relationship is very dynamic. And I'm just glad that he found me.
Kinikwento mo nga off-air how you guys met through social media. Wow.
Grabe. Meron pa, Ann?
Ha?
Meron pa, pag showbiz?
Sino mas magaling mag-basketball sa inyong dalawa?
Siya.
Okay,
Vernon
alright.
versus Jack.
Very, very humble. Very humble.
Yes.
But of course, again, before we can't let you go without getting an update on your status of the national team.
Yes.
Of course, your excitement for the program in general. Can you let us know when's the next time we can actually see you in national team colors again?
Actually, there's gonna be a FIBA Asia Cup coming soon in July 11 to 20 in Shenzhen, China, and we're so excited for it. Actually, last year we played in FIBA World Cup qualifying tournament, which is our first time playing outside the region, playing against Brazil, Hungary, and Senegal. So it was a good experience for us, good showing for us, and I hope the things that we learned from that tournament we can bring here in this coming FIBA Asia Cup, because if we become top 6 again in the Asia Cup, we have a chance to go to play in World Cup
I know.
next year.
I'm so excited for
So
that.
it's gonna be big for us. We also have, a build-up going to Shenzhen. We're gonna play again in Jones Cup.
That's good.
It's gonna be July 6 to 10, something like that.
So busy schedule.
Yeah.
And before we let you go, because I've wanted to ask about this, kasi may maraming bata ngayon that are so impressive in general. Are there any young players that you see right now that medyo you kind of see yourself in? Especially when you take a look at yung development nila and of course, yung opportunity nila to really help elevate yung level ng women's game dito.
I think it's Casey De La Rosa.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah.
But I think she is better than me when I was starting. And to have that kind of talent, and she's young also, and I was like, I wish I'm like her when I was her age.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I've seen Casey play, and the way the skill set that she has.
And I think she's taller.
No, I'm still
You're so
taller.
taller.
I'm
Okay,
still
sige, just to
taller.
double check. Just to
I'm
double check.
still taller.
Oh, importante yun.
Yes. I'm still taller, sorry. But yeah, her skill set is superb. I don't think she's a center.
Yeah.
I would think she's a
Yeah.
3 player.
Yeah.
And if she can develop even more, it's gonna be good for the national team. And who knows, it may take her somewhere else,
Yeah.
a long way in this basketball career. So I'm excited to see her. I'm excited to hopefully play with her again and see her, more improvement.
Yeah. You know what, Jack, before this interview, si Ann was so scared that wala siya masasabi.
Because I really have no idea when it comes to basketball. I'm
Pero
like,
hindi
oh
lang
my
niya
gosh.
alam, ma-showbiz ka rin.
Sorry, mo.
So we vibe, girl.
Yes,
I love it.
I love talking to you, Jack. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you,
And good luck sa
Jack.
camp mo.
Thank you po. Thank you. I'm really excited.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Gilas Pilipinas Women star Jack Animam.